Ah, there you are. Sorry, didn't see you come in. Come in. Come in, come in, come in. All right? Take a seat. Have a drink. Yeah, it's probably best to start from the beginning. Let's try that again. Welcome, wherever you are, however your day has been. You're safe now, you're here. Now, let's begin. You may know about the Viking Age from tales of daring raids and legendary heroes, of feasts and funerals, of gods and monsters, but they don't tell you about the long, slow, empty stretches between the fights, between the feasts, between the ports. They don't tell you about the voyage, about what it was really like to sail on a longship. Imagine yourself standing on a wind-blown shore, the north wind biting at your face. The sun hangs low behind thick clouds. Before you stretches the water, wide, gray, and gently churning. A long wooden ship rocks at the edge of the shallows, its carved dragon prow watching silently. This is the quiet side of Viking life. We won't shout like warriors tonight. We won't feast like kings. We'll row like laborers. We'll drift like traders. We'll sleep, gently rocked by the waves of history. This is the quiet side of Viking life. Now imagine yourself on that ship. Imagine the scrape of oar on wood, the slap of water, the creak of ropes. Imagine the smell of salt, of sweat, of sun-warmed oak. Feel the bite of the wind, the sting of spray. Hear the cry of gulls overhead, the splash of unseen fish below. See the endless gray of sea and sky blending together, hiding the horizon. Feel the slow, steady rhythm of the oars as you fall into step with your mates. This is the quiet side of Viking life. The first night of your journey, you watch the familiar coastline fade away until all you can see is water. The second night, the water looks the same. The third night, you stop counting. There are no landmarks, only the sea. No villages, only the waves. No songs, only the wind. This is the quiet side of Viking life. And if you can imagine the silence of that, if you can feel the endless roll of the sea, then you can feel the Viking sea. Then you are one of us. Then we are adrift together. The wind still lingers in your ears, the steady rhythm of the oars, the soft slap of seawater. It quiets now as we drift forward through time from the longship's communal hardship to a quieter voyage, one of hope, risk, and cold discovery. Let us follow the path of Leif Erikson. Not the image of him frozen in bronze, standing proud with sword and beard, but the man himself, thoughtful, practical, shaped by wind and salt. Not a conqueror, not quite a hero, but an explorer by heritage, by duty, and perhaps by quiet curiosity. It's around the year 1000. The world, as many knew, it was smaller, but not yet. From the fjords of Greenland to the northern coasts of what would one day be Canada, the Norse had begun their slow crawl westward, one wooden keel at a time. Leif, son of Eric the Red, grew up in the rugged edges of the known world, first in Iceland and then in Greenland, a land of ice and stone and short tempers. His father had been exiled for bloodshed. His family carried the weight of ambition and exile alike. But Leif was quieter. He listened, he learned. And he remembered the stories of a strange coastline far to the west, a place where the trees grew tall and the air was warmer and where the land, they said, was rich with promise. This is a story about the sea. It's about the world beneath the waves and the world above. It's about journeys and homecomings, about love and loss. It's a story about memory. Imagine yourself walking through a northern meadow. The sky is pale. The wind carries the faint scent of pine and sea salt. Birdsong distant and sparse. Scattered across the grass and moss, upright stones rise like frozen echoes. These are runic stones, each carefully carved with lines that twist and bend like branches in a hidden wind. In the Viking world, writing was rare. Most people could not read. Yet they felt compelled to make a mark. Runes were more than letters. They were symbols of sound, of meaning, of memory. Most runestones were erected in honor of someone who had died, often a father, a brother, a son. They tell us things like, Thorstein raised this stone in memory of burning his son, a good warrior. Sometimes the stones speak of belief. As Christianity spread, some stones bear crosses and prayers. But long before crosses arrived, the Norse had their own beliefs. They believed in Valhalla, the great hall of the slain. But that was not the only end. There was hell, a colder afterlife, a place of quiet, gray stillness. And still others believed in reincarnation and souls passing from one life to another. There were no set rituals. Just stories, traditions, the rhythm of burial and remembrance. Sometimes the dead were buried with goods, a sword, a comb, a bowl of food. Sometimes they were burned on a pyre, and still the stones stand. They don't cry out. They simply remain, like memory, like the sea. Welcome to my channel. Tonight we visit a Viking longhouse. The stones behind us now, we follow the path northward again, not to sea this time, but inland to the heart of the settlement. As evening falls, the light dims to a soft amber. Smoke curls upward from a timber-bird roof, and ahead we see it, a long-haul wooden broad. Its walls are weathered by rain and years, but sturdy. The carved beams above its doorway bear symbols, dragons, knots, waves. They are not just decoration, but quiet declarations of lineage, of protection, of pride. This is where the chieftains live, the landowners, the respected, the powerful. Inside, it is warm. The air smells of roasted meat and pine resin. A long central hearth crackles with fire, low, steady, rhythmic. Its smoke curls upward and slips through a hole in the thatched roof. Wooden benches line the hall. Furs drape across them. Fox, bear, sheep. They are not merely for warmth, but for status. The softer your seat, the higher you're standing. Torches flicker against the walls. The light is low, golden, and uneven, dancing gently across shields, weapons, and woven hangings. At the far end sits the host, the chieftain. Not always a king, but something close, a man, or in some rare cases, a woman who holds sway over land, people, and feast alike. Guests fill the benches, neighbors, warriors, traders, Elis, skalds, the poets and storytellers.